So we're gonna go through a different couple trading scenarios, a couple different trading setups, and talk about risking, when you enter, how much you should be willing to lose, why this is so important, guys. And honestly, when I talk about these things, I feel like it goes to blah, 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 blah over all people's heads. But this is so important. This is exactly why you're not making or getting far enough into your trading career. So this first trade scenario, guys, we're just gonna use a 5-minute time frame, and then we're gonna go on a 1-minute time frame after I talk about different type of trade setups you can find and how you can have the balls to enter in on these trades, guys, because all it is just over time taking one single trade every single day and finding that trade setup that you like, executing on it, whether you take a loss or a win, and then again taking that same trade the next day and just doing it over and over again until you build the confidence to understand you take the same trade setup every single time over and over, and you either expect a specific loss or you expect of a specific win depending on the risk reward. So let's get right into that, guys. And in this first trade scenario, we're going to talk about a loss of a trade of a bounce trader. We're not going to talk about my only specific trade style. We're going to talk about many different people's type of trading style, whether you're somebody that's an aggressive entry type of trader, scalp trader, day trader, or break and retest patient trader like me. So let's talk about somebody who enjoys bounce trades. And I used to love bounce trading too, but it doesn't fit my type of trading style. It doesn't fit my type of emotions when I enter, and it's not something that I find myself becoming profitable off of. So let's say before market opens, you're seeing that we're right here at pre-market low, and you're seeing that the market is kind of bouncing right off pre-market low. So very quickly and very simply, a very simple bounce trader. And if I was to take a bounce trade, all you need to do is identify and just slap a call. Look, one thing that you seriously need to ask yourself, is bounce trading something you want to try to trade? Is bounce trading a battle that you're willing to risk? Guys, check this out. You guys can see that market is kind of bouncing here a little bit. Let's say you want to target that most previous gap here and you're trying to get a gap fill. Where would you set your stop loss? Very simply, you would set your stop loss ideally below the support level, just a little bit. Give yourself some wiggle room, maybe call it 10, 12%. And the price target is, I don't know, 40, 30, 40, 50%. Realistically, let's just say 30%, 1 to 3. You need to figure out if bounce trading is your kind of trading style. Now, if you're a bounce trader, and in this case, you can see market is potentially doing a double bottom here. Yes, we did create a lower low, but still, look at this green doji candle. It's kind of bouncing. So as a bounce trader, you identify these kind of things, or you wait for hammers or bullish engulfings or a very strong reason to go bullish. But in this case, today's trades, there's no reason to go bullish, but let's just say you took a bullish call here because you're a bounce trader and you're hoping that market's going to bounce off pre-market low. Guys, all you have to do is take an entry at the closest you can get to your support level if you're a bounce trader and enter and see how it plays out. Now, in this case, you can see market completely just wrecks you out of that trade, guys. Now, realistically, you need to sell out the moment it gets a candle close to your level, which in this case, this is where you need to sell. Reason being is because candle closes below your stop loss and you just need to cut it, guys. You cannot have hope and hope that it turns around. Please, no. The moment you get it closed at your stop loss and it closes below with the candle confirmation closing below, that's confirming to you that it's no longer valid, this trade. So you have to exit. To go back to the whole point of when to enter, guys, understand this is a trade setup for a bounce trader. Now, this is a potential trade that even I saw in the morning, but I'm not a bounce trader. I'm not somebody who enjoys trying to catch bounce trades. I can't rely on them. I'm more of a breakdown trader, a breakout trader, a new lower low breakdown, entering on some shorts on the retest. But in this case, we're going over everybody's trade style. So again, had you taken calls on the bounce of the support, you would have got wrecked because you're a bounce trader. And it just is what it is. You take your small loss and you continue on looking for the next potential bounce. If you're a bounce trader, I'm not a bounce trader. So let's move on to a breakdown trade of how I would enter this trade. So again, all we're doing, guys, is just watching the market, seeing how the market reacts, and we're seeing that the market is attempting to potentially bounce here at this support level. But again, since we're not a bounce trader in this scenario, we're looking for a potential play to the downside. And in this case, we're looking for a potential breakdown for a breakout trade to the downside. And we're looking for a nice 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. Maybe I set my stop loss at the most previous areas of resistance where rejected twice. That's where I'm willing to lose and get out if it does, indicating that it's no longer valid. So again, let's see what we can catch here and let's see how the market reacts. And in this case, guys, you guys can see market got our first official candle close here. What are you going to do here? Guys, this is so important because understand, If this is your type of trading style, then you need to only wait specifically for these kind of trades. Only stop trying to catch bounces if bounce trading is not your trading style. Get away from it. Cut it out. Only specifically stick to certain trade setups that curated for you that you can handle. So if this type of trading style that I'm going to show you is your type of trading style, then guys, only wait for these. Don't even worry about bounces. Don't even matter if it's bouncing at your support level, because that's not what you're looking for. If you're looking for a breakdown below your support level so you can catch a breakout trade, then this is your trading style. So let's talk about it. So when and how would you enter this trade, guys? We're already identifying that we're getting a breakdown. This is a breakout for this exact trade. Now, in this case, I was watching this and I told the whole Discord and the whole YouTube community in the beginning of my vlog that I'm looking for a trade below 518, and I'm looking for a specific trade below basically pre-market low as well. And this is the break below pre-market low as we speak at this moment. My kind of trading style is more of a patient trader waiting for a break and retest. But in today's scenario, guys, we did not get no retest. We got straight aggressive entries of straight breakouts. So in this case, let's say this is your trading style. Let's say you're waiting for a breakout trade like this exactly. How would you enter? If you're not somebody like me who waits for a break and retest and you enter the moment you get a breakout like this, then you would enter now. This is when you enter. Then you assess your risk. The reason why you're not confident is because you're not assessing how much you're willing to lose. Worst case scenario, these candles pull all the way back up to this general area. And if the candle breaks above, guys, you have to cut it. That invalidates the trade. That's literally telling you that it's going bullish, it's new higher highs, and there's no reason to be in the trade when you entered all the way down here. Why are you holding it? That means your stop loss is going to be what? Way up here? Look at the way that looks. It doesn't even look nice. So again, you have to assess how much you're willing to lose every single time, which is why when I trade and I enter, I know, and it doesn't bother me if it pulls back. So again, this is a very simple trade style that a lot of traders use. A 5-minute breakdown to the downside. Simple. That's it. It's simple, guys. You don't need anything else. It's a very simple breakdown to the downside. So boom, you enter your puts, and all you got to do is assess your risk, and you got to see exactly what's going to happen. So let's see how it works. And you guys can see it's exactly playing out how you need it to. Boom. You just got paid. You just took this type of trading style. So again, understand, the first trade that I just went over with you guys was if you're a bounce trader. But if you're not a bounce trader, then there's no reason to look for a bounce trade off pre-market low. I wouldn't even be touching it. Even if market started to bounce, you do not touch calls. Now, if you're a breakout trader, a pre-market low, or a breakdown trader of new lower lows, or just a breakout trader in general, guys, this is a breakout trade right here as we speak. And this is how you need to enter. You need to enter the moment you get a breakout. That's it. You need to assess your risk and understand how much you're willing to lose. Now, for an example, I have a guy on my Discord named JJ. In this case, let's say, for an example, he enters in here. He's willing to lose $50. Worst case scenario, these candles pull all the way up, and this is the $50 range right here of a loss. Just cut it. Is what it is, just cut it. Best case scenario, you enter in on a breakout trade just like this, and it goes immediately in your favor like how it does right now. And you're in profits. And what you don't want to do is sell it too early, and it look like this. Look at this risk reward. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Because you'll be telling yourself, man, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, woulda held it. But anyways, guys, again, that's a very simple breakdown. Now let's go on the 1 minute time frame and show you guys how it looks like these two trades on the 1 minute time frame real quick, just to address the 1 minute traders. So again, we got our levels. We're watching the market. And if you're a bounce trader, guys, this is how you would trade the market. If you're a bounce trader, you're noticing that the stock price is coming to your support level and you're seeing that there's a bounce here at this exact moment. What do? You take an entry. You might be asking yourself, yeah, but how do you know when you enter? Guys, you don't know. And that's the thing. Nobody knows. It's all about risk to reward. Nobody knows. So what do? You enter a long position here. Ideally, you want to get as close as you can to the support. So again, let's just watch it. Let's just hit play one more time. Let's see where this next candle ends up. Because ideally, you want to get as close as you can to the support. So again, boom. This is where you enter. This is where you enter. You buy calls here. If you're a bounce trader. Now, I'm not a bounce trader. This is not what I would do. But let's say this was my type of trading style. Let's say I was to take calls here and I'm setting a stop loss below support, guys. This is the magic. If you're a bounce trader, you need to look for these all day. Now, of course, you're not always going to win. And if it was as easy as this, then everybody would be taking bounce trades. That's why certain people trade a certain way. Bounce traders trade a certain way, and honestly, they be hitting. Bounce trading doesn't work for me. I trade a certain way, and it don't be hitting for me. The way I trade hits for me. But again, if you're a bounce trader, this is where you would enter. Because boom, you're in profits, you're happy. Oh wow, is it gonna hit? Is it gonna hit? You're happy, you're excited. You're like hoping, oh shit, hold on, don't go below, boom. breaks below, guys. Literally, this is where you need to be cautious, and this is where you need to identify and be on the lookout for selling. You don't want, this is what you don't want to do. You don't want to adjust your stop loss and say, if it goes a little bit more, yeah, I'll hold it for a little bit more, and I'm willing to lose it a little more. Because you need to keep your stop loss and assess your risk and understand that if it breaks below, like how I just did right now, you cut it for a loss. Look how happy you would be if you cut it there. Because check this out. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And sometimes I see traders, new traders especially, still be holding and saying, do you guys think it's going to flip? Do you guys think it's going to flip? Bro, you need a miracle to have it flip. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Now we're going to address the breakdown on the 1 minute time frame before we move on to the next trade style, which is again basically a break and retest of a intraday setup, which I'm going to show you guys here, and you guys are going to love that next one. But again, let's watch the market here on the 1 minute time frame and identify how you can take the breakdown to the downside. Because again, guys, if you guys are not a bounce trader and you don't care about taking bounce trades like me, and you're waiting for a breakdown of a specific level, like in this case pre-market low, like me, then you would watch the market here, and all you would do is identify, okay, market's kind of trying to bounce here. They're trying to. They're doing their absolute best. I'm not going to take calls, so I'm not a bounce trader. I'm just watching it. I'm just seeing what it's doing. Okay, boom. We got our first official breakout to the downside, guys. If this is your trading style and you're seeing that this is literally a breakdown to the downside, and this is where people say, "Ooh, this is a good setup. Ooh, this is why I think about taking puts." Bro, just do it, bro. This is literally your trade style. If this is your trade style, just do it. Worst case scenario, you enter puts, you shoot for 30% price target or whatever your price target is, and your stop loss is above the most previous resistance areas or areas where price action looks like it can reject. Then again, all you got to do, guys, is just trust the trade plan. Look at that. Look at how it even rejected that general area and it never even got above that resistance or my stop loss. Now I'm over here printing happy and excited, guys. That is how simple it is. If this is your trading style, then all you have to do is wait for it. Don't take every single trade just because you see it potentially bouncing your support. Guys, if your trading style is a breakdown trade or a breakout trade, or you enjoy taking puts below pre-market low, then you literally need to wait for these specific trade setups instead of trying to take every single trade style or every single trade setup. Just because the market's bouncing here a little bit on support, but ideally you're actually waiting for a breakdown trade because that's your trade style, then don't take that call position on support, guys. I promise you, you'll get wrecked because that's not your trade style. You're not emotionally inclined or emotionally ready or even consciously ready to take that kind of trade style because your trade style is breakdown trading. So again, let's move on to the 5 minutes to show you guys another trade setup. So now we're right here going to show you guys another trade setup that you guys could have taken, whether you watch the 5 minute, 1 minute, doesn't necessarily matter. It just depends on your trading style. But in this case, this trade style is more curated towards break and retest kind of traders. So I'm going to show you guys that as well and show you guys how you guys can spot this trade setup using the intraday market and being patient. So again, let's just say you're watching the market. You're seeing that we already sold off very hard and you're waiting for a potential pullback. Maybe a potential pullback, I don't know, to enter in for some more downside, because why would you be entering calls here? There's no supports here. There's no reasons to be bullish. There's nothing here at all, guys. So what you can identify is, okay, look at this accumulation here. Look at how market just created some decent consolidation in this general area. You can quickly identify a potential trade plan and take puts the moment market gets back in this general area. Now, again, this might not be your trading style. So if it's not, then just move on past it and don't worry about these kind of trades. Don't try to catch this kind of trade. But for me, this is my kind of trade style because I do enjoy when you get a nice pull, when you get a nice sell off on the market and you catch the pullback for another re-entry for some more downside. That's my kind of trade style. So again, you're just watching the market, seeing what it's doing, and boom, you're seeing that, wow, now we're back in that potential area of an entry for some downside action. What do you do here? Guys, again, if this is your trade style, all you need to do is enter puts. So let's enter some puts. We're going to set a price target, put a stop loss above that resistance, guys. This is literally how simple it is. And just pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Let's talk about the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, this candle here pumps up another how many cents? This candle pumps up another 60 cents. And we lose on this option trade when the stock pumps up 60 cents. Guys, how much money will you lose realistically? On a same day expiration, a 60-cent move on SPY would probably be pretty dramatic. But look at your price target. Let's say you're shooting for, I don't know, 511. That's a whole $5 move. How much money will you make on a 0 day expiration, $5 move on SPY if it goes in your direction? Too much money. So again, let's say theoretically you enter puts here. Not theoretically, it's paper trading. So boom, you enter puts here because this is your type of trading style. And you see, okay, boom, I'm entering puts. got the nice rejection, and you can see, guys, you're already printing. Now, you can literally move your stop loss to break even and not have to lose on this trade and never lose because you're already up well over $40. Now, let's just see how it plays out. Let's just see what happens. Wow. It just hit price target. It just hit price target, guys. You guys can see, boom. This is how you want to trade. Worst case scenario, it pumped up and rejects and fakes me out and I lose, I don't know, $30. Best case scenario, it rejects, does exactly what you need to do, goes all in the price target, guys, and you guys hit your price target, which in this case, let's just say 30%. You go in for $300 and you make a nice $90 here, or, you know, 35, 40%, whatever. Guys, this is literally how you have to trade, or this is how you trade if you're a break and retest trader like me. Again, all I did was grab the accumulation or the consolidation here, draw a little range. The moment we came to retest this general area, you just pulled the trigger and enter. And you guys saw that. So now let's talk about it on the 1 minute. So this is the 1 minute here, guys. You guys can see we already took our trade earlier. We made some good profits on the downside if you caught it, but if you didn't and you're waiting for a specific trade setup, and in this case, you're a break and retest trader, all you have to do is wait for the market reaction, see what it's doing here. And you can see, guys, look at this. Very simply, all I did was grab the range here. This is literally it on the 5 minutes, but on the 1 minute, I'm watching the 1 minute now. All I did was grab the consolidation here because there's a potential idea that the market might come up here, consolidate again one more time, and reject back to the downside. Worst case scenario, comes up with consolidates and breaks to the upside, and you got to sell it for a loss if your style is the break and retest strategy. And in this case, guys, this is what we're doing. The break and retest strategy is the downside. You see the market coming all the way up to this general area, and now currently it's now in this area where you want to enter puts at, guys. So what do you do? If this is your type of trading style, where your type of trading style is a break and retest, which in this case, you see the consolidation, break down to the downside, and now you want to enter in on a retest for a potential more downside action, then again, all you got to do is assess your risk, go in, understand that potentially if it gets back above, you got to sell it, set for a price target of above, I don't know, like just make it look like a 1 and 3, really, essentially. Boom, enter in and see how much money you would make. Guys, that's literally how simple it is. That's it. That's literally the sauce. There's nothing else that you need. Wait for it to hit price target, boom. You hit price target, boom. Sell out, pow. So we just went over literally if you're a bounce trader, which in that case did not work at the moment, a breakout trader for some new lower lows. And in this case, we just went over a break and retest strategy with a 5 minute or 1 minute. And the whole point of all this, guys, is you need to identify the type of trading style that you love to trade. And in this case, the break and retest helps me. The break and retest is curated for somebody like me because emotionally it's something that I can handle. I enjoy seeing a breakout and then a retest. I'm not an aggressive trader as much. I'm not a scalp trader as much. I don't watch the 1 minute. I enjoy trades like what I just showed you right now, which is a 5 minute break and retest. This is my type of trading style, and this is what I wait for all the time. So again, understand, if your trading style is a bounce trade, then you need to wait for bounce trades only. Scratch watching looking for symmetrical triangles. You don't need to care about looking for rectangles or any other things other than solid support and resistance levels to take bounces on if you're a bounce trader. If you're a break and retest trader, then you need to look for new breakouts and you need to take trades on those, and you need to identify whether you're going to take a break and retest or an aggressive entry just on a breakout and just risk it for the biscuit. Again, you need to not take every single trade setup that you see. I don't take every single trade setup that I see. Just because I see market bouncing on pre-market low, I don't take calls. I wait for the bulls to do whatever they want to do. If they want to bounce for a couple, $3, $4, I'm fine with that. I wait for them to come all the way back down to my support level and give me that break. The moment it breaks, I then enter, guys. Whether it takes an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, it does not matter. So I hope this video helped you guys. I hope you guys understand and find you guys type of trading style. Whether you're a bounce trader, breakout trader, or break and retest trader, it does not matter. Just understand you need to find and wait specifically for your trade setup and execute on it. And every single time, understand, there are times where you're gonna lose. There are times where I took 8 losses of the break and retest back to back to back, and it just is what it is. You move on. What happened after that? A whole week after that, I made every single day gains and recovered everything I ever lost within the first 2 days of that week, guys. And every single day after that was just consistent gains and added to my portfolio. So if that's what you want to do and you guys want to learn more in depth on all of these things, then guys, best believe, link is in the bio, join the premium membership, and you guys will have access to the in-depth break and retest strategy, candlestick videos, volume, trading strategies, and everything else in between, guys. So I hope to see you guys in there, and I hope you guys found this video helpful.